Point estimation. Point estimation is the first step in statistical inference. Basically, point estimation will provide us a single point on which we can make certain inferences about the population parameter. Let x1, x2 up to xn be a random sample on a variable x with the probability density function or probability mass function. You can see that we can write it as, and where theta is the parameter space. A statistic is used to estimate the theta is called the point estimate. A point estimator is denoted by theta hat and is the function of the random variable x, because we are going to estimate the theta on the basis of random variable x. So it is a function of the random variable x, and we can denote it as like theta hat, that is that is some sort of function, and for what function? That is basically of the values of x1, x2 up to xn. A point estimate is one of the possible value of the point estimator when the sample is taken. Since an estimator is a function of sample, therefore it is a random variable, and whereas the estimate is the realized value of the estimator, so it is a value, it is some sort of number. To further elaborate the point estimate, we can see some certain examples. That is example number 1. Let x1, x2 up to xn be the IID, independent identically distributed random variables from the normal population with mean mu and variance sigma square. Then the following all are called the point estimators of mean, that is mu1, that is very well known, that is 1 over n, sum xi, that is the mean basically. We can also represent it at mu2, that is the second estimator, that could be the median basically denoted by x tilde. We can also present in another estimator like mu3, that is basically the mean of the minimum value and the maximum value, that is basically the average of the minimum value and the maximum value. We can further elaborate by taking another example, that is example 2. Let theta denote the proportion of the individuals in population who favor the certain policies of the government. Since theta basically represent the certain policies, so there is only two possibilities, whether the individual favor that policies or the individual does not favor the policies. To estimate the theta, definitely we have only two possibilities. So theta assume Bernoulli distribution, which is represented by this symbol. So we can represent it xi, that is equal to 1 if the sample of the individual favor the policies, and xi is equal to 0, that is the otherwise if the individual does not favor the policies of the government. So then in an estimate of theta, basically that is the mean, that is theta hat, that is 1 over n sum xi. Here xi basically represent कर रहा है कि suppose that we are interested on those people who are favor the government policies, so we just count the number, that is basically the sum x, and divide by the total number. So that will give you the estimate of theta.